Cock-a-doodle-doo, driver. You ready for another fun-filled truck driving adventure? I'm not so sure I am. I'm ready for fun, but I don't want it fun-filled. Trucking stories are the ones that are fun to tell, but they're not always fun to go through. You know, I was plowing through 4 feet of snow out in the middle of nowhere, 100 miles from civilization at midnight all by myself, and then I had to build an igloo, and you know, those kind of stories. They're fun to tell, but they suck to have to go through in real life. So let's hope we just have fun this week and not too many crazy adventures. But with that said, we're off to doing something a little bit different. It never ends around here. Today I am loading some more truck scale. The last time I hauled some of these was a couple months ago. This load isn't too terrible. It's about 10 feet wide. It's really not going to be too wide. It's not going to be too heavy. And we are loading in Fernley, and we are taking it to Sprague, Washington.
My name is Jupiter. I drive a truck. I own the truck I drive, and that's why I called my company Jupiter Trucking. Join me, and I'll take you along on some of the different things I end up doing to make a buck with a truck.
Not a bad looking load if I do say so, but I like the fact that the truck matches the load. We had to save room for Mr. Bones. This load weighs about 40,000 pounds. I think we're going to be just fine. And we're on the open road. We have got an easy trip this trip. I just talked to Randy, who's taking this scales, and he would like me there about 9 o'clock day after tomorrow morning. So I have roughly 43 hours to make an 11-hour drive. Well, that concludes today. I've stopped for the night in Marsing. Mr. Bones has made it so far. Got some screws coming out of the deck here. Mr. Bones is doing pretty good. I put another zip tie on him so he doesn't wobble around quite so much. Kind of snug things up here. He's a good boy. See you tomorrow. We are reloading in Spokane and going to Boise, which means we get to take the ever scenic route from Spokane to Boise down Highway 95. And that is a route that I like. That'll be good, but I seriously doubt I'll find a load home out of the Boise area, but you never know. Sometimes you just gotta get off the freeway and see what's going on down the 2-lane road. This is the Columbia River. Here's Washington. Well, we're done for the day. We did it exactly what we did yesterday. I ended up splitting it perfectly in half, so that worked out really well. I'm at a rest area just outside of Sprague, Washington, with a nice overview of Sprague Lake. There's the rest area. The wind has been screaming today, all day. It's been ridiculous. It's only a little after 4 now, so I have plenty of time to do whatever I want, which pretty much includes not much. Okay, we'll do this again tomorrow. See ya. Well, I'm still here at the rest area. I've been up and wandering around for a couple hours. I still have an hour and 15 minutes before he wanted me to be at the job, and I have about a 15-minute drive, so I'm just kind of killing time. I'd rather spend time looking at this than I would sitting at a compost facility, so we're just going to stay here. I wanted to share something really cool that happened last night. I was sitting in the truck doing some stuff after I'd been here an hour or two, and I get a knock on the door, and it was somebody that went to the same high school I went to. He's been a big supporter of my YouTube channel. Richard, he was driving by, he stopped at the rest area with his parents, he recognized the truck, and he came and knocked on the door. Holy crap, that was so cool. I got to meet his parents. We took a picture with Mr. Bones back there, gave him a couple more stickers. He's already bought a couple hats. That was very neat. I was very honored to have somebody do that. I mean, we've talked, we've met. Actually, we hadn't met before. We went to the same school and we have a lot of the same friends, but we hadn't met before. But he's just been a big supporter of the channel, and thank you, Richard. I appreciate that, and it was nice to meet your parents. Here we are. This is where this scale is going. This is a composting and recycling center for wood, organic material. And I guess they need a new scale. I heard the old one's kind of jacked up. Yeah, this stuff's kind of different. I wouldn't come here otherwise, so I get to learn a little bit about everything. We are all done and all put away. He made a special effort not to hurt anybody on the job. And the scales are going to sit here until they install them, which I don't know when that'll be, but I think it'll be a little bit, actually. I was under the impression they'd put them in right when they received them. I've been delivering to Randy here for years, but they're kind of backed up right now. So they'll come back and put them in. We have arrived at our pickup location. We're going to use this little ramp right here to load what is not a van, but a box truck. It's some kind of sewer sucking box truck. That's all I really know. It says Rehabilitation Robotics on the side, and they've got some work to do with it in the morning. So this is it. And I'm going to drive it right over there, right there, chain it down, and haul ass. They're flying down to Boise tonight. They need it first thing in the morning, so I'm just going to deliver it tonight. He said to have the hotel front desk clerk sign for it. Cool with me. I like to always make sure that I'm actually centered on the trailer before I get too far into this. Damn, looking good. Okay, I'm going to come to the left about 3 inches. Double check a few things again. We are dead center. I'm going to move that rear axle of the truck to be in front of or on top of the rear axle, the front axle of the trailer. Okay, what I need you guys watching to do is tell me when to stop. I'll come forward about another foot. Yeah, I got it. Okay, looks good to me. Roll up the windows, turn it off, and keep the keys. Do not lock the keys in the truck. That would be bad. And get out of here without falling down. Okay, something else I'm going to check before we get too carried away is the height on this thing. Here, plus another half is 14, or 14 tall. No, plus a foot on top, we're 15 tall. No. We're 15 tall. I need to check some things. I checked my Idaho permit. I'm good to 15.6. I'm permitted to up to 15.6. We're all good. I don't think there's any low bridges anyway. I'll make another phone call and check with some friends, but we're going to be fine. All done. Little tall, but we're going to be okay. We're going to deliver this tonight. It's a pretty simple one. I like them. Well, I went and got fuel, and while I was getting fuel, I decided to measure this truck one more time. And as I was out there getting my measuring tape out, the guy who was getting fuel next to me offered a ladder. He actually had a ladder that would reach to the top of the truck. So I climbed up there and measured the AC unit that's on the top of the truck, and then measured from the corner down to the ground. This truck on my trailer is exactly 15 feet. So my permit for my permit for Washington allows me 15 feet. My permit for Idaho allows me 15 feet 6 inches. So I am legal. I'm of the legal height hauling this. The question is, I can haul it, but can I get there? I've been up and down Highway 95 a whole bunch of times, but I've never really paid that close attention to the bridge heights. And I called my friend Dave. In fact, remember Jerry, who I've done the stretch loads with a couple times? Well, Dave and Jerry and I used to all do stretch loads together. And Dave now does heavy haul up and down in this area, so he's over height a lot. And he sent me a map, and all three of us talked about it. Dave and Jerry are actually together at the moment. And so we all talked about it. There's one bridge that's like 1410, and Jerry knew a way around it. So we are golden. We're cruising down Highway 95 now through northern Idaho, through the Palouse country. We're going to take a little detour around one bridge in Payette. And other than that, just cruising down a beautiful scenic road in northern Idaho.
I simply can't capture all the scenery on this road that would do it justice. I'm here. I'm at the parking lot of the hotel, and I'm just going to unload this truck right here. So I got to get the ramps out, and I got to get to work. It's a little late. That's about 10:30 local time. All done. So I learned a little bit more about what this van is and what it does. And this picture right here is what this thing does. It's a little robot that inspects sewer lines. He opened it up and showed me. Inside here looks like a surveillance van that FBI surveillance van that you see in the movies kind of thing. A bunch of TV screens and joysticks and headphones and stuff. And he had one of these in there, and it's actually, it fits inside a 6 or 8 inch sewer line, and they can drive it up these sewer lines and cameras and inspect sewer lines. And that little thing is a roto-rooter bit, chops tree roots and stuff, whatever else might be in sewer lines, clears things out. So it was kind of interesting. I really didn't know what this was about, but that's what it is. This is a demonstration truck out from Indiana. Okay, I'm done. I'm gonna go to Marsing, where I stayed the night, not last night, but the night before with the scales. And I don't think I'm gonna find anything home tomorrow, so I'm probably just gonna haul ass in the morning. But we'll check back in then. See you guys.
Rolling, rolling, rolling. We're headed home. I drug my feet a little bit this morning just in case something might pop up on the load board between southern Idaho and northern Nevada, or somewhere along that route. But nope, nothing. I didn't really expect anything. There was one thing, I could go 3 hours east and pick up something and take it to Reno for less than I would do it for from here. So I said no. Anyway, hopefully today is kind of quiet. I don't expect there to be anything to really tell you guys about until I get home. So enjoy the trip. I know I will. That's it. I'm out. I'm home. I'm done. Still early enough I can get some things done too. Still worked into a really good week, actually. I don't know, not a really good week, but a good week. Getting that van, truck, sewer inspection camera spy surveillance van to haul yesterday really helped. I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to find anything coming back all the way from the Spokane area, but luckily we got that. Today there was zilch. So we just come home empty because we've got plenty to do here. And I've got 2 more things I'm going to do before we call this a quits for the week. One is a map update.
Map update. Map update. Amy's the camera woman, and I'm going to read them off my phone in no particular order, but hopefully west to east. Colville, Washington, Tacoma, Washington, Cottonwood, California, South San Francisco, California, Sparks, Nevada. Did you know that Reno is so close to hell you can see sparks? Kingston, Nevada. We have several friends that live in Kingston, but when I asked who is this, they didn't answer me, so I'm not sure who it was. We've got Burns, Wyoming, Chillicothe, Ohio, right here, Richmond, Wisconsin, Miami, Florida, Virginia Beach, Virginia, Greenville, Kentucky, the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, Engadine, I think is how that's pronounced. Moving on to the rest of the world, Melbourne, Australia, Cornwall, England, Slough, I believe that's how that's pronounced, Slough, England. One in, I'm not even going to try to butcher this name, but it's right outside of Amsterdam. Uitgeest, I'm wrong. If you come south, it is Port Edward, South Africa. Wallaceburg, Ontario. What did I miss? These map dates are fun. Amy and I have a good time going through here and finding all the places. And then this map is very large scale, whatever you want to call it. So it's hard to pinpoint, but we have a good time with it. So thank you guys. And the world's a big place. Can't believe everybody is checking in from everywhere. If you have a place that you would like to have a pin on the map, let me know, please, because we enjoy this and it's a lot of fun. So check in with me, if you would, please. Let me know where you're watching from. We'll do this again in a few weeks. Thank you, guys.
Hell yeah. I appreciate everybody letting me know where they're listening from, where they're watching from. This has been a lot of fun. I had no idea it would turn into this, and I've been enjoying the hell out of it. The second thing I want to do before I pull the plug on this week is I've got license plates to put on the board.
This is going to be a pretty cool update. I have a small stack of plates that have been gifted to me by you kind people. Don in Rosebery, Tasmania. Rosebery. He sent me 3 Tasmanian plates. I don't think I've ever even seen a Tasmanian plate before. Wow. The next plate I got is a Utah plate from Phil. Phil from Santa Clara, Utah. This one's gonna look good on there. I don't have a Utah plate. Sean, I'm not exactly sure where in Washington. He said this plate used to be on his Tacoma, but I can't remember if he actually lives in Tacoma or not, or if it just used to be on his Tacoma. Got 2 plates from Henry in Omaha, Nebraska, that is. The plate on his vehicle when he was in the Air Force. Henry said he processed military satellite weather data for weather forecasts to be used in pilot briefings worldwide. And this was the plate that was on his car. And I've never seen one like that. And it says United States Air Force on it. Thank you very much, Henry. I appreciate it. Wisconsin. And this is from Mark. And Mark lives in Phoenix. But he sent me this plate. He said it used to be his dad's. He sent me a picture too, because the story behind this one, he said the mate to this plate is in the Signpost Forest in the Yukon Territory in Canada. So this is going to be like the game of memory. You see this one, now you got to remember where you saw the other one. But I love that. I love what it says, the personalized part. We're gone. I got 2 plates from my friend John. Now I've known John for a long time. We used to truck together, and he retired. He sold his truck and trailer, but he used to haul the joists and stuff like I've been doing. He found one of my first videos. I didn't tell him about it. He just found it, and then he called me. And so encouraging, and John's one of the nicest people I've met. He had 2 plates that he wanted me to have.
This came off of my trailer 111, which was a 1981 utility, 42.5 footer. Nobody ever got this one, okay? But this one, I got all kinds of thumbs up all the time.
I can't believe you're allowing me to do this.
You know what? Look at it this way. I've looked at these since 1980. Okay, so what? So for 40-something years I've looked at these. I know what they look like. So now somebody else is going to be able to get to see it too. Somebody like in New Zealand or England, or then that's the fun. That's the fun of it.
This plate right here was on his tractor. One of the first trucks he bought, a 1976 359. I even have a picture of him in this truck. He has it framed and on his wall. Thank you, John. Thank you, Sean. Thank you, Roger. Thank you, Phil. Thank you, Don. Thank you guys so much. I'm gonna put these on the wall right now. So this is where we're at. I love it.
I'm going to have a better collection than anybody I know. Anybody finds a license plate that says Jupiter on it, I'll pay you for that. I'll buy that from you. I have one. I have 2. I have 1 or 2. I have some hats for sale now too. Some nice ones. We're getting them embroidered. These have patches on them, but we're getting them embroidered now. Some of you guys have already gotten hats, and I've gotten some pictures of you guys wearing them, and that's cool. Go to my website. It's jupitertrucking.com. Thanks, guys, so much for all the support. I'm loving doing this, and I'm loving visiting with everybody, and keep on trucking. So I hope you guys have a good weekend. We're out of here. We'll see you on the next trip. Take care.
In the meantime, keep the bugs off your glass and the bears off your ass. Catch you on the flip-flop.